Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the channel World of Wrestling, here today to discuss with you the WWF Survivor Series 1997 pay-per-view. I got a chance to watch this yesterday, so I decided to go ahead and take the time to give you guys your retro review fix of the week. I will be reviewing the Monday Night Raw episode after this, which would be November, I believe this took place on November 9th, yeah. So your November 10th Raw is War episode will be uploaded tomorrow. So if you guys follow along with the retro reviews on this channel, you will be seeing that for Tuesday night's review. Impact Wrestling will be pushed back to Wednesday night. I will watch that Tuesday night after I do the review, and then also on the same day of Wednesday, you guys will get a review of AEW Dynamite, of course, as always. So, let's get into this review for Survivor Series. Survivor Series, folks, wasn't a bad show. It was a decent pay-per-view, and the ending, you guys all know what the ending was if you followed along. Number one. Number two, if you know your history of professional wrestling in WWF, back in 97, Montreal Screwjob was the key theme in the WWF after Bret Hart left WCW, went to WCW and left WWF. A lot of controversy took place after this show was over, backstage, which you don't get any of that content on Peacock, of course. So it was a humongous screw over to Bret the Hitman Hart, but it was also business reasoning behind it, which I'll explain in a little bit if you guys aren't aware of why Bret Hart got screwed over. I will definitely explain that with you guys. Just taking a swig of some water. Anyway, let's get right into it. The very first match was a Survivor Series elimination matchup. It had the Godwins, which is Harry Godwin and Finis Godwin, going up, and with the New Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg, going up against the Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher, and the Blackjacks, which had Blackjack Bradshaw and Blackjack Wyndham. The winner of this match was the Godwins and the New Age Outlaws, defeating the Headbangers and the New Blackjack, I believe they called them. Yeah, the New Blackjacks. So, this match was whatever. It wasn't nothing special. The ending was a little shitty by Billy Gunn. He did not hit the Famouser off of the top rope very well at all. I don't even think he touched his opponent during the pinfall that the person he hit with that maneuver was trying to pin Road Dogg, and he tried to hit the Famouser and totally missed. But the guy sold it anyway, and they won the match. I believe it was one of the Headbangers. But yeah, not a bad match. The match went about 15 minutes and 25 seconds. I was going to say 15 to 25 minutes. I don't know why I was going to say that. But yeah, it was about 15 minutes and 25 seconds. Decent match overall. I'd say this match was about a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Close to average, but a little bit below average in my opinion. The Truth Commission defeated the Disciples of Apocalypse. This was not exactly a good match at all. Very, very stale, boring, and drawn out, and really fucking retarded. This match lasted only 9 minutes and 59 seconds. The Truth Commission won this match, and that was that. This match I'm giving only a 1.5 out of 5 stars. This was shit. 100%. Then we had Team Canada, consisting with the British Bulldog, Doug Furness, Jimmy Neidhart, and Phil LaFon. defeating Team USA, consisting of Goldust, Mark Mero, Steve Blackman, and Vader. This match lasted about 17 minutes and 5 seconds. This was a decent matchup overall. I had a lot of fun watching this one. This was not bad at all. I'd give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Next match had Kane versus Mankind that lasted about 9 minutes and 27 seconds. Kane actually destroyed Mankind in this match. Not that that was any bit of a surprise, even if you didn't know the results that were going to be coming based off of the history that you might have known. Even if you didn't know the history of what happened leading into this pay-per-view and what the end results were, you had to be a dumbass not to think Mankind was going to get his ass kicked. But yes, Kane won this match very easily, hits the Tombstone Piledriver, and walks away victorious. Still waiting for The Undertaker's response to Kane's challenge for a one-on-one match. So that is pretty cool in a nutshell. This match I'm going to give a 3 out of 5 stars as well. Very entertaining matchup. A little bit slow for my liking, but it wasn't bad at all. Ken Shamrock, Ahmed Johnson, and the Legion of Doom, consisting Animal and Hawk, went up against the Nation of Doom. Or, not Nation of Doom, Nation of Domination. Holy fuck, what the hell is wrong with me? Nation of Domination. Farouk, D'Lo Brown, Kama Mustafa, and Rocky Maivia all competed in this matchup for Nation of Domination, losing to Ken Shamrock, Ahmed Johnson, and the Legion of Doom. The end result was Ken Shamrock wins the match by making Rocky Maivia submit by an ankle lock. And it was a close match. Back and forth action, a lot of eliminations. It led to Rocky Maivia and Ken Shamrock being the two left guys, the guys that were left over on the team to compete to win for their team on this Survivor Series match. This was actually an excellent matchup. 100% the best Survivor Series match out of the bunch. Match lasted about 20 minutes and 28 seconds. My attitude towards this gets a 3.5 out of 5 stars, easily. Stone Cold Steve Austin went up against Owen Hart for the IC Championship, the Intercontinental title. Stone Cold Steve Austin, of course, won this match by a Stone Cold Stunner, pinning Owen Hart for the victory and winning back his IC Championship that he never lost. Excellent matchup. Very short, though, to the point. 4 minutes and 3 seconds. My attitude on this, I give it a 3 out of 5 stars because it was a very short match. Not as good as their SummerSlam encounter. The last and main event match of the show was Bret Hart defending his WWF Championship against Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels walks away victorious over a bullshit ending. The Montreal Screwjob. This was a terrible ending. The match itself was great. The fans were highly interested in this match. This was an entertaining and fun matchup. Even the ending was, very confusing. Did this really happen? What the hell happened here? So, overall, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. The match lasted 12 minutes and 19 seconds. Majority of the match didn't even have them competing against each other in the middle of the ring. In reality, this match really went over 30 minutes long, but most of the time they spent outside beating the hell out of each other before they actually got in the middle of the ring to officially start the match. So, these guys really hated each other. At the end of the day, the match was pretty damn good. Only problem was the ending. It really sucked. I couldn't believe that happened, but I knew that was going to happen, of course. But back in the day, I could not believe they did something like that. The explanation of why that took place, if you guys are not aware of this, if you are aware of it, well, then you don't have to sit through and listen to this whole entire thing. And you can turn off the video now if you want. The reasoning behind Bret the Hitman Hart getting screwed over out of the WWF Championship. At this point in time, Shawn Michaels was heavy into drugs. He had a drug addiction problem at this point in time. He was not the same Shawn Michaels we knew later on in life about him, where he was a Christian man, very clean-cut person and everything else. Shawn Michaels at one point in his life was a full-blown drug addict. Did sleeping pills, painkillers, you name it. He even at one point stood in front of The Undertaker backstage and was drooling and foaming from the mouth, from what I've heard from my research on Shawn Michaels and his behavior back in the day. Bret Hart was very similar with the same attitude that The Undertaker did. He did not like him. Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart in '96, when we saw all that stuff unfold about how they couldn't stand each other and shit like that, that was all an act. In '97, that is when Shawn Michaels really got into painkillers, drugs, and other things that was not healthy for him, of course. And it really played a role in how he acted professionally with other people that he worked with. So this left Bret Hart very frustrated with him and how he was acting behind the scenes. His attitude was, I don't want to lose the title to him. If my attitude is, Vince, you can't pay me enough money to stay, at least let me lose the title to a credible opponent. Person he wanted to lose the title to at that time was Stone Cold Steve Austin. He didn't want to give the title to Shawn Michaels. He didn't feel that he earned it. He felt he was very unprofessional. He wasn't exactly what you would call a good worker. He was just acting like a low-down prick, I guess you could say. And he just was very addicted to drugs. So Bret Hart, his attitude was, if I got to face Shawn Michaels, I'd prefer winning the match, coming on the show the next night, and surrendering the WWF Championship and then going to WCW. Vince McMahon did not feel that was the right thing. Number one, he did not like the attitude Bret Hart was giving him. He expected him to do the job and do it correctly. As you'll notice in the match, if you watch this matchup or remember this match, Vince McMahon was actually out there during this match when it finally officially started in the middle of the ring. During the time that he finally showed up in this match was when they were brawling outside before the match even started. So he was there witnessing everything, making sure that Earl Hebner did what he had to do to make sure the title was stripped from Bret Hart by doing the Montreal screw job. So Vince McMahon had no problem doing what he did. The reason being is the fact that he went ahead and he was going to the other team, the competition. Personally, I did not disagree with Vince McMahon whatsoever in his decision. And the reason being is the fact that Bret Hart was going to the competition, and he was going there to get more money. Vince McMahon at this point in time was not able to offer him the kind of money he was looking for a retirement contract, because Bret Hart was trying to look for a retirement fund and making sure that he could get the kind of contract that he would need to do that. And unfortunately, Vince McMahon couldn't provide that to him. So he had to go to WCW. Bret Hart even said he didn't want to go to WCW. That was not something he believed was the right choice for him, but financially it was. Creatively, no, he didn't think that WCW was the right place for him, because he said he'd probably get lost in the shuffle. There was too much big names that were still being pushed in the main event scene, and him being a guy coming just over from WWF to WCW, he wasn't going to get the same kind of push that he would get in WWF and the same kind of treatment. So he was really not wanting to go, but he had to for financial reasons. That's the only reason why he left WWF. It wasn't because he was upset with the company, how he was being treated and all that stuff. It was just financial reasons, his purpose of why he left. But without Bret Hart knowing this was going to happen, it pissed him off. He spit in Vince McMahon's face. He actually, I believe, punched him in the mouth backstage in the locker room. There's a documentary on this, I believe. And a lot of harsh words were made, and Bret Hart just was fucking pissed at what happened. He thought it was disrespectful and a horrible thing to do to a person without him even knowing about it. Shawn Michaels wasn't happy either. He didn't like how the whole match went down either. If you notice how he was walking off, he was really pissed off, snatched the WWF Championship, had a very sour look on his face. As he was walking closer to the exit, he started play acting his heel run and was celebrating, holding the title up in the air, and then he looked down at the floor and just was extremely pissed off. He did not like what happened during this match either. He thought it was a very terrible ending, and he thought it was kind of a lackluster way of winning the title even. He wasn't very happy with it either. But Shawn Michaels felt that Bret Hart was in the wrong, Vince McMahon was in the right, and I believe the same thing to this day. Simply because, hey, if you're going to leave my company that I'm competing up against for the competition, and then you expect me to listen to your creative ideas and tell me what I should do with a championship, the least you can do is just do the job and do what I ask. Because you're leaving my company for more money for the competition. So my attitude is, if you have any respect for what I do here, just do what I want and do the job, and that's it. No harm, no foul. But Bret Hart did not want to do that. He didn't feel that he would go through with it. So he stripped him of the title by doing this Montreal screw job. And that was basically it. Plain and simple. So that is the pay-per-view in a nutshell. It was a decent pay-per-view, but it wasn't nothing special. It was exciting in certain areas of the show, but there was other spots on the show that was just completely, utterly boring. So at this time, guys, you know what to do. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, of course. And leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. And I thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.